Hey everyone, this is GalahadB again, and I'm back with game 2 of my semi-final game against Vayze. So I won game 1 as 3 people, so now it's my turn to play Shadow against Vayze's 3 people. If I win this game or the next one, I will make the grand final, so yeah, I'm obviously hopeful to do that. Difficult. What's my password gonna be? Okay, got one. All right. Um, Here we go to okay cards, I guess, but not Crew Weather or Corsairs of Umbar. All right, so one eye, and off we go. Oh, that's not a roll I was looking for. Way too many character dice. Way too many character dice. And he gets 3 movement against one eye. Damn. That's not good. That is not good. But I might get lucky, who knows. If I hit him, then it's not going to be that bad. Yeah. Yeah. Not what I was looking for. Sure. I mean, I could draw with a Palantir, but I don't know. I guess there's some chance that I might play Stormcrow, but that feels pretty weak. Wow, okay, I do hit him. Reveal, please? Oh, damn. Then it doesn't help me. Reveal would have potentially been good. Like, 0 reveal would have been great. But even a 1 in reveal, I mean, I don't know, if he gets rid of Gandalf to the 1. I mean, he's thinking about doing that here as well, but yeah, I think it makes sense not to do that. Yeah, I don't really think I'm gonna play Stormcrow, so that's... Well, but actually, I mean, there's almost no way that I'm gonna play a card this stance. I might as well wait and see. Like, if I hit him again, then I might consider drawing a character card. Actually, yeah, maybe I'm gonna draw a character card. That if he moves again and I hit him and reveal him into Moria, I have something to punish him with. But is that worth it? Definitely don't want to get Saruman now. And if I use the character, then I'm definitely not going to be able to play a card. So yeah, I guess I'll draw a character card. Maybe that will stop him from moving again. That would also be fine with me. Like, I really don't want him to move again and be safe or not be revealed. I'm okay if he moves and is revealed. That's not super likely. Yeah, and he moves again. Please. Yes. And reveal now. Yes. Okay. Okay. It's not great though. 0 reveal. He can just reveal into Moria and draw an extra tile, which will not hurt him too much. But I mean, yeah. At that point though, he's drawing 3 cards, 3 tiles at least. The first 3 moves, so might not be too safe. Alright, let's draw another tile. 1 in reveal, okay. Not so bad for me. Low damage tile means it's so much more tricky to decide whether to kill off Gandalf to that or not. And he does, okay. I will play Lure now. So maybe I get Strider. Nope, just Boromir. So Fellowship taking a beating at least. That's 3 tiles and 3 steps. Gandalf and Boromir died. Yeah. Now the question is, do I allocate more than one eye? What are the odds that I don't roll a second eye? Like, I want to have 2 eyes in the box. I'm not really that big of a fan of having more than 2 eyes in the box, because he's unlikely to move more than once, considering that he's in Moria. So, just one is good, I think. Ah, damn. I did only roll 0 eyes. Again. Hmm. Or maybe he doesn't roll a lot of movement. Ah, he does get 2. But at least, I mean, the second move is kind of risky. But damn. Maybe I should have allocated something. Guess I get to draw another card. Maybe I get something. Yes, okay. That's not bad. So knowing me, it's probably gonna be an eye. Mm. So yeah, I'll play Seal Spain as my last action this turn, I think. Keep him on the edge. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag and play Seal Spain, and then if I whiff, then pretty likely for him that I have nothing else to punish him, I think. There's not too many tiles that I really want to be drawing. Like, there's only 3 standard reveal tiles. The odds of Isildur. Well, but I mean, I guess I'm also happy if I draw 3, of course, with Isildur. And at least if he moves again, even against just that one eye, it's a 50-50 for me to hit him. My military is so slow that if he's gonna race me, then he will win the race, but he might die on corruption. Hmm. So I'm thinking of mustering an extra lead somewhere, but I'm not sure if that's really a warranted. Yeah, probably not. I think that just goes to the Southrons. And we move up. Actually, wait. Better to move this army out. So if he doesn't move again, I mean, I'm only gonna get 1 reroll anyway, so might as well move these guys out first. I'll get a reroll if he doesn't move again. I'll get a reroll for the stronghold that he's in, and I only have 1 eye anyways. Rolling a lot of characters though, that's a little unfortunate. I don't mind having a lot of characters later on in the game when I can just attack with them. But if I use them for army movement, it's just half as effective as having an army die. But at least the hunt's been going kind of well. If I hit him here, that is. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Reveal, please. Yes! Okay, that's great. Perfect. Perfect. And he'll take that one, right? Yeah, of course. Let's hunt again. Okay. Another reveal gone, unfortunately, but it's a 3. Not that bad. And it's tricky, like, I mean, yeah, you probably go up to 4 corruption, I guess. Still kinda okay. But yeah, you probably didn't want to be on 4 corruption this early on in the game. Gandalf and Boromir gone already. But, I mean, taking random, if you do hit Strider, then it's gonna be real bad. But we know Isildur's Bane is coming in, so if Isildur hits the 3, then he's gonna be in big problem. Right, Master South runs. Yeah, I'll probably, I mean, I'm really not the biggest fan of doing that, but I really do think that a pivot to corruption is kind of warranted here. So I'll do that. Because I have no other way to get rerolls on him, and he will be able to move. Best thing he does next turn. So I get a chance to move Dimril Dale over to Path Calibrant. So this is the only play that gets me rerolls for next turn. I mean, I guess I could hope for a reveal from Isildur's Bane. That would also work, but I would like 2 rerolls if I can. I'm happy if Isildur reveals him. I got Dimril Dale over. Alrighty, Isildur, I believe in you. Please don't hit an eye. Everything else is fine. Okay, that works. That absolutely works. Yeah. Many eyes now. So 100% at least one eye. Do I want 2 in there or 3? My problem is I don't have great cards. The Stalk, the Fellowship, but does that really matter? Slowing him, like the problem with slowing him down is it gives him time to muster up the nations. So my military victory will be even slower. And with him using his first will and getting Gandalf back, he's not that likely to move a lot this turn. Like if he gets a will, that's 1 movement less he's gonna spend on the Fellowship. And I have reroll anyway, so moving more than once is kinda risky. Yeah, I think I'm good like this. Yeah, and I roll a bunch of 5s anyways. And yeah, my armies really don't feel like moving along at all. Bit of a shame. Perfect roll from them. Yeah, that's a shame. Can't really do a lot with this. Yeah, he's only gonna move once. And I can't even really get the Dimril Dale army onto the Fellowship. Again, haven't rolled an army. Hmm. Uh, yeah, I think he forgot to put any unit in Edoras. Yeah. So that's no debate here. I mean, he has to put a unit there, but even if he had just forgotten it and it was optional, obviously I would let him have it. I mean, I really don't want to win because of a rules mistake. Um, I'm kind of glad we spotted that in time. Okay, I want to, make him second guess, so I'll put the Southerns to war, and then we'll see. So it's gonna be kind of curious to see where Gandalf is going. But okay, it's Fangan. Alright. So give it to us. Never feels good to draw a card with 5 cards in hand, but I mean, none of these are even playable. Well, actually, okay, I guess mustering the long planned war is playable, but such a weak card for what I'm trying to do. And the plan really is to draw a character card and then use the character die to play that character card ideally. Alright, please sixes. Yes. Wow, 2 actually. And another reveal. Pretty lucky, yeah. So actually very kind, I guess, is an overstatement, considering that even though I was very low on ice, I still hit him a lot. So that didn't even really work out for him. But at least, like, the good thing for him is I get nothing done with my armies because I couldn't really move them around. And I mean, there's a debate, I guess, going to Gondor instead of having this army move up. But like, even if I was going for Gondor, then I could barely attack Osgiliath. And then, oh wow, does he take a random? Oh, unfortunately, only Gimli, but Fellowship is hurting a lot, and Golem's value is gonna be significantly reduced with this hunt pool, right? There's only a single standard reveal tell left. I suppose you can hide to all of these, but yeah. Well, I'll definitely draw character card. Nah, useless. Completely useless. Damn. Eh. I mean, what's effective corruption? He's at effective -1 corruption, 4 steps from order. That's actually not that bad, but the hunt pool is already looking pretty grim. Like 3 of the 4 ones are gone, and the 0 is gone. I'm actually thinking about mustering Nazgul here. Hmm. Not something I usually do, but I'm pretty much all in on the corruption strategy at this point. And one thing is that he might mm, try and deal in Ministerith, so that's something that I need to be aware of. Hey, Sheila, nice. Which means I might actually end up playing more strings. Eh, maybe not. Oh, I love this card. I mean, Warm Tongue is a useless card, but at least it lets me cycle into more character cards. And I mean, Threats and Promises, yeah, I mean, that's super weak. And Denethor's Folly, like, I really don't rate this card highly, but I mean, Minister suddenly became one very interesting stronghold for this game. Hmm. Hmm. And Stormcrow's pretty good. Like, it's very flexible. Yeah, I don't think Musterings cuts it. Okay. Like, Desperate Battle is a great combat effect, but I'd rather have more character cards to cycle from. Let's do two eyes here. Okay. Wow. Great roll again. Hmm. Hmm. So I can get the Witch King this turn. That's something. Just thinking which way I want to get him. Like, there's multiple ways to get the Witch King. One gets Ministerial on the Siege this turn, so I could get the Southrons all gathered up in West Rondo, and then, like, with these two army dice. Oh no, that doesn't work because they can't attack with the character. I don't have Nazgul on them. But what would work is if I send parts of these units over to West Rondo and then merge up with a Haradrim. Yeah, not very efficient. Leaves Dolamroth ready to be mustered up, which is bad. And means that, again, I'm not playing anything to head the Fellowship. But I really want the Witch King. So, can I get the Elves to war this turn? He mustered them once, actually. Does that help me, though? I don't have enough. Unless I ignore the realm. That doesn't feel good. Well, actually what I could do is one, move to Northern Ravanian, South Indian Vale, attack Old Forest Road, attack Woodland Realm again, and he can muster up in Lorien, then that's not really worth it. That's really not worth it. So let me think about the Ministerial attack then. Super inefficient in terms of action dice. But it would be Siege Ministereth, and it would give me the Witch King this turn. Hmm. But I'm not sure if that's even worth it. Being up on Dol Amroth. Pretty much. Well, I guess that could be worth, though. Because think about the victory points, so Lorien, Woodland Realm, Ministereth 6. Dale, Pelagia is 8. I only need either Shire and Edoras then, or Helm's Deep. I don't really have to go for Dol Amroth. And I mean, I really want the Witch King this turn. And yeah. I mean, he might muster up the elves a ton if I don't pressure the elves, though. His reaction could be to just move twice. But then if he declares into Ministers, at least I get rerolls and the Fellowship, and then Ministers is, yeah, on the siege. Yeah, I think I'll do that. He can counter that by moving someone in the way. But I think that's okay. Like, if he does that, then I might just fit away from Ministers. Oh, actually, I might still go for it. No, he hides. Okay. But yeah, this is a very weird line of play. And I'm not sure if that's correct. But I have nothing to hurt the Fellowship anyways. And just moving Nazgul around with the character die, that seems way too slow. I'm okay if he moves once a turn without me having rerolls on him, but never twice. So I can always do that next turn. And at this point, if I force him into sprinting and cut off his only healing chance, then WotR's going to be really tough. I mean, I already played a red tile. I'll have another ready. I can cycle faster than he can. And it's gonna be a small pool. Like, with me allocating at least 2 eyes every turn. Him having to make 4 more steps. Like, he will be hit 2 more times. And if he's revealed into Morannon, then it's gonna be 3 more tiles. And then it's gonna be a really shallow hunt pool. Okay, so he does get so he moved once. Okay. But yeah, it doesn't really change anything. I can't play Scott Dawn-Crow. Wouldn't even if I could because it would deny my Witch King. Hmm. I mean, I'm gonna discard a card anyway, so might as well play Stormcrow. Not a good play, but if I get one hit, at least second one dies as well. But I don't get a hit. Doesn't make too much of a difference, honestly. It's just one more unit in Pelagia that I don't really worry about. He's gonna use his army muster to get an elite in Ministerius, so this guy will retreat somewhere. Yeah, Pelagia, of course. And lead in Ministerius, of course. And Ministerius. mean, I guess there's some debate to just let that army sit there and reroute Nazgul all the same. But I think that's a little slow. I do want to put some pressure on him and force him to move faster than he wants to. And like I said, I mean, I'm okay giving up one reroll, so long that he doesn't move a second time without rerolls. Let's see, he's gonna be 3 steps from Mordo next turn. And I don't think he's gonna move 3 times next turn. Ah, wow, lucky. But it was a 50-50. Okay, nice tile. He's gonna take a random to that. Or maybe even sacrifice Strider. But honestly makes sense. I mean, the worst thing that can happen, I think, now is random into a Habit and go to 8 corruption before you even hit Mordo. The one good thing is the Sealed Bane is gone, but you still have to worry about Candles of Corpses. Not really safe and sound, regardless. And Candles could hit for 3. Legolas. Okay, that was the best outcome, surely. And finally, on turn 4, I get my Witch King. A little late, but yeah, a hunt made up for that. Nice! Orc Patrol, that's great. Honestly, having some excellent cards here. And again, yeah, it's a corruption game though, so I'm gonna keep Warm Tongue and discard Mordo. I don't really feel good about him playing cards into this not very strong army. I want to cycle, so wow, this feels bad. But he's not in a position that he can afford to Crown Strider or anything. Like already he's on effectively 2 corruption, which can be fine, but not with this pool. Like it's basically all eyes, 3s, and then 3 okay-ish tiles. And if Orc Patrol doesn't hit an eye, then yeah, that's gonna be even worse for him. And like I said, I can cycle much faster than he can now that the Witch King is out, so I'm much more likely to find the stuff that hurts him before he has a chance to find the stuff that's good for him. And with Minas Tirith on the siege, he has no healing ways anymore. So unless he finds Arthelas and heals for 2 or 3, then Fellowship is in for a very rough ride. Okay, yeah, I think I'll do 3 eyes. Just thinking if maybe 2 is enough, but nah, let's go 3. Nice. That's honestly not bad for me. Bunch of Palantirs, attacks. Wow, and he gets... Yeah, this is a terrible roll for him. Like, usually you'd be so happy to roll a bunch of characters against Shadow, but yeah, not in a game like this. I mean, obviously the first character that I should go into moving the Fellowship and then pray for it to be safe. And I'll respond by setting rerolls onto him. Just need to think how I do it. And then, yeah, what else can you do? I mean, if he has playable character cards, then that's a little fortunate, or well, maybe not fortunate, but a saving grace. And if he doesn't, then I mean, you can move Gandalf around, but that's not. I mean, you kind of want him in Thangan. You don't want him anywhere where he can die. And I don't think you want to move more than once this turn. I mean, my military is slow enough that you can take your time with Fellowship. And with the hunt going the way it did so far, you definitely need to take your time, because if you move more than once against 3 eyes plus rerolls, then yeah, you're in for really bad times unless I get very unlucky from this point on. I mean, sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes Shadow gets really lucky with the early hunt and then starts whiffing on really good odds, but yeah, it's a long shot to bank on that. Just imagine if I can find Cruel Weather. I mean, with this pool, not even particularly likely that he will be revealed. Well, it depends, I guess, on what other cards are going to be drawn. I do wonder what he's thinking now, though. I mean, maybe he has a bunch of character cards that he can play. But yeah, you definitely move first. And please, another 6. Wow, so lucky. And wow, and that's another great tile, because it means it's less likely that Orc Patrol runs into an eye, and he now has to declare. So he reveal. I mean, so Ministers is basically out of the question. Saves me from having to move guys into Druid and Forest to get the reroll. Yeah, that's just tough. And to make matters worse, he's basically well, he's not forced to take it as corruption here, but I mean, there's a 33% chance on a random that you kill off Strider, and then you're in for really bad times. Then you're at effective 5 corruption, and you're not even in mortal. So I don't think you can. Wow, and he. Oh my god. I mean, I get it. You're desperate at this point. You need to take some risks, and it was a 66% chance to not kill Strider. And taking one just like that puts you at 8 corruption, like before you even make mortal. That's not something you will be happy about. Yeah. Wow. Bad times. Sure. Yeah, that's very bad now for him. But still, I mean, I have to do what I have to do and do everything I can to make the best out of this very fortunate situation. But yeah, this is definitely my game to lose now. Yeah. Just a nightmare to play 3 people from this point on. And you don't really have an opening to go for military retreats. I mean, not with this role, certainly. You can't even get anyone to war. The only nation at war is Ghana, but that's already besieged, and I have everything, at least somewhat defended. Aragorn's not gonna come, so you're never gonna get 6 dice. It's real opening anyway. I mean, I guess it's possible if I just stop rolling musters and army musters for the next X turns. But yeah. Yeah, what do you even do as 3 people? I mean, then again, I had some kind of similar games. I mean, not quite this brutal, to be honest. I think, like, even in my worst games, I at least entered more on, like, effective 4 or 5 corruption with a terrible pool. So I think even in my worst game... Yeah, well, okay, it's actually like this. If you make it to mortal safely, then it's still winnable. Like, it's not good, but it's winnable. Unlikely, but I have won games from similar positions before. So it's not like the game is completely over, but it is, yeah, heavily in my favor. And I got all the right cards now. Like I have Orc Patrol in hand. I mean, that could whiff. I have stuff to cycle. I have a card to play. Like the only die I'm not quite sure what to do with is the Army Muster die, I guess. Though I guess it might make sense to just shuffle armies around. Shuffle Nazgul around. And now that I think of it, it was an excellent choice to muster Nazgul that one turn and send one to Minas Morgul, so that made it possible to do the Westeronda attack into Osgiliath and Minas Tirith. Otherwise I couldn't have done it because I had that character die. And that army wouldn't have leadership if I hadn't mustered Nazgul earlier. So kinda happy that I did that. So what's better now? Attack with the army muster, then move Nazgul around, and then play Orc Patrol? Or wouldn't it be better to move Nazgul around now and just go all in on the Fellowship while maximizing my rerolls in Minas Tirith? Yeah, I think that's probably better. Like this, the one good thing about attacking first with the army muster is that if I draw another playable character card, I can play 2 character cards. But I mean, I'm not in any real hurry to play them as fast as possible, I guess. I don't know. Like, the corruption thing has been going so well that there's really no point in rushing my military. Like, military is only there to accelerate my art drawing. That's the only real objective of my shadow military right now. To just run through my character deck as fast as possible. And throw everything. Like, if I can find Candles of Corpses before he gets to Golem, that would be amazing. I can find Crew Weather before he makes it to Minas Mogul. And also Nazgul Surge, Nazgul Strike. Which is the one thing maybe to hold off on the Nazgul movement this turn. So that I can... yeah, that's, I think, why I should attack Minas Tirith first. And then see if he moves again, then I can... I don't know, does that even change anything? Not really. Let's just roll the... nothing, doesn't matter. I don't really need to win that fight. I just need some more cards. Balrog, well that's not bad. I can go Lauren next. I guess one other thing I could do is draw a card with the Palantir and then play Orc Patrol, the character die. But I kinda want those extra rerolls. Like I want Nazgul in North Athelion, Nazgul in South Athelion, and the Nazgul in Osgiliath. Like, yeah, right now basically. Just thinking, is there any world where he like moves again, and then if he's not revealed, declare into Ministereth or Pelagia again? I mean, there's some chance that Ministereth is gonna hold for a while, but yeah, that's 2 extra steps with a pool that's already quite decimated. I don't think there's a world where you do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'll move the Nazgul around. Question is, do I leave that one in Northern Ravanian? Um, but no, I don't think so. I have Grund in hand, I might just play that as a combat effect to draw another card. Like I said, my speed with a military victory is really of no importance to me at this point. Like if he stops moving the Fellowship altogether, then I can still take it as slow as I want to, because I will win the war of attrition. And I really don't want to lose the military victory from this position. That would just be embarrassing at this point. Else to war. Yeah, makes sense. I not bothered by that. Um, okay. Wow, but I draw breaking. And it's an excellent pool for breaking. So I'll definitely allocate 2 eyes. I still can because he has 2 companions. And so ideally, he gets revealed without being able to kill both of them. And then I draw another tile. I really want many of the tiles out as possible. Like, I mean, it kind of sucks to draw 3 from breaking when there's still only 1 or 2 companions left. But it's another standard tile out of the pool, which is great. And even, like, if I get rid of the 0, that would also be perfect. Or the 1, even better. And if it's a 3, okay, it's not ideal, but makes it much more likely to give him eyes, which are almost certainly as deadly as 3s. The one downside of having almost no standard tiles in the pool is if he finds his blue tiles and runs into blue tiles in Mordor, that could be bad. But like I said, I can cycle so much faster than him that it's very unlikely to happen. Okay. Well, I'm not too worried about that, so let's go with Sirith again. Did we crash? I think we crashed. Yeah. I'll get the stream online in a second. Um, Alright, get it online again. And then, yeah, I'll attack Ministers again just to cycle. My one problem is that I'm running out of cards to cycle with. I only have Grunt to cycle with. So I hope I draw something playable. Something, yeah, like playable in combat, I mean. Wow! Candles of Corpses. That is an amazing find. Well, Golem is not guide. So I hope he's not running now. Like, Candles of Corpses can pretty much seal the deal if I get 2 or 3 hits. That's, yeah, super tough to recover from. And I am not hesitating to play it right away. I have a ring, so I can always play breaking if I hit him. 2 hits. Perfect. So yeah, new plan is to pound on Lorien, so I can cycle Balrog soon. So I want to get Lorien on the siege before he can muster up another lead. So as long as I don't reveal him, I will use all my 3 dice to attack Lorien. And then just let that army in Northern Ravanian sit there. I'm not super keen on giving away my ring. Alright, 4 to it. Yeah, I gotta hit a wow. And yeah, that's the best tile he could have hoped for, but that's also the best tile gone for Mordor. It might mean that breaking won't draw me a tile, but I mean, looking at the pool, not really much of a loss. Alright, get prepared for Lorien. I guess you can think about, instead of attacking Lorien, do a double army move so that these 2 Nazguls also get an army unit each. But honestly, that one reroll, or that one move that Vayze is going to do next turn, that does not seem worth it to me. I mean, I only can allocate 1 eye from now on, but Yeah, I mean, if I don't roll any eyes, that's okay. He still might do a second move, so I think that would probably be a mistake. But at this point, it's kind of likely that I have crew weather from the free people's perspective. Like I already drew almost half my deck. I will draw another card next turn, but I don't think you're in a position where you can afford to take another tile, and would rather tank the crew weather and get stalled for one turn. It's not like my military is gonna run you over anytime soon. Though that, sometimes can change quite rapidly once I have to stop allocating eyes. Okay, he gets all the Elven Musters. I don't mind that. Like I said, my military's main objective is drawing more character cards and not actually winning the fights. Oh, the second objective is winning the fights. Because if I can win military victory before he gets the chance to dunk, I'll happily take it. It's just not looking very likely. Another downside of hitting Moria, Mordor faster, the free people in a position like this, is that you give me Mouth of Sauron earlier, and you will have to crawl very slowly in Mordor anyways, so giving me more time. The mouth. I suppose with my hand, it would also make some sense to move again now, so it stops Nazgul Surge, Nazgul Strike, and Cruel Weather because I don't have it. But yeah, he's not moving again. Makes sense. Muster up in Lorien probably. Oh, in Pelargir. Interesting. That's fine. I need to worry a little about a military victory then, but I mean, Morgan Wound, yeah, that's nice. But yeah, now I'm in a position where the only card that I feel comfortable cycling is Dreadful Spells and Durin's Bane. And neither of them is playable in Minas Tirith. So I'll have to move Nazgul around. Like, he might have Help and Looked For, but that would be okay for me. Because, once again, I don't really need to win Minas Tirith anytime soon. And as long as I can deplete his elites, I'm also good. And Minas Tirith already dropped 2 leads. Because as long as he doesn't have elites, it's extremely difficult to get a military victory going. Okay, so he's at effective 8 corruption. I mean, we can discount 2 in case he has Bilbo's Song, but even at 6 corruption and with a terrible pool, yeah, it's rough. Wow, he does declare Pally. Yeah, okay. I mean, that kinda makes sense. But it is 2 extra steps, so instead you could have been here in South Aphelion 2 steps further. And Pelargir is very, very tough to hold. It's easier to hold if I don't roll attacks, of course, but hmm. Interesting decision. But so the question is, do you move now? And that's a very difficult question, I think. So on one hand, if you want to move early before I get more Nazgul on you. But once you move, you stop the healing. Unless you just take the risk of drawing another hunt pile and then forfeit the steps taken to declare in Pelagia again. Like, him moving stops me from being interested in Pelagia. Some degree. I mean, with this roll, there's not much else I can do, so I might as well go for Pelagia after all. I can just muster up some more Southern elites. But, like, because I'm not interested. Need to think a little here because, I mean, I don't really love the idea of him being able to muster up a really big army in Pelagia. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I suppose, yeah, I can play the War of Attrition, why not? Let's just muster up. So, and yeah, if he doesn't move again, and I can reclaim Pelagia, then he chose to trade 2 extra steps to heal 1 corruption. And has to fight against rerolls too. But I mean, yeah, it's just a nightmare of a position to deal with this people, because if you don't heal, then you enter Mordor on effective 8 corruption as best case scenario. Like, absolute best case scenario, you enter on 8 effective corruption with a very brutal pool. So yeah, you need healing. It does make sense to try and get it here. But also it seems a very tough trade to choose from. Oh, and I can get Nazgul into Pelagia anyways, right? Only strongholds that I can't place Nazgul in. But not cities. But I mean, I don't really have to at this point, right? I can. So I move here, and if he wants Minas Tirith, he can have it. Even though it will get rid of Denethor's Folly. And so get rid of it. Not a big deal. And I think that final muster will probably just go Dol Guldur and Moria. Or maybe Moranon and Moria. Like, it's gonna go somewhere to prevent a military victory. Yeah, I think well, if he retakes Minas Tirith, then I have to think about Dol Guldur and Moranon. And it also means that he won't have the dice to move out of Rivendell, so Moria is still fine, I guess. And I have the Balrog, so action Moria's more likely to be favorable to me. Okay, he does move. Okay. And save. Um, mm, I'm hesitating because I don't really want him to get a free retreat into Lostenarch. I think I'll just muster up now. Yeah, one on Moria and one on Dol Guldur. Because Morannon is much further away as long as I have an army in Osgiliath. And if I take Pelagia, I'm not going to move a lot of units in, just one and an Nazgul. So actually I don't need the Nazgul because as long as he... Like there's no point in... Well, actually there's some point in staying in Pelagia, I guess. Right. From Witch King. And I will play Swarm of Bats. In case he wants to play Mithril. Okay, yeah, canceling that is... is also great, and it's very helpful to know that Through Day and the Night is gone. What a save from Swarm of Bats here. 3 hits, that is fine. Yeah, he retreats, makes sense. Well, if he's retreating to Lamedon, then I think... well, I don't want to move everyone in. Surely I want to leave someone in Osgiliath, because that's somewhere he might be going to. But yeah, it's more likely that he is gonna declare in West Rondo to dodge one reroll, because in West Rondo I only have an army reroll and none for the Nazgul. Okay, blue child, and I have nothing really to play. Which is a little sad, but I suppose we can just... I'm torn between moving the Naz... Yeah, I think I'll move the Nazgul out. So I get... I have 2 rerolls everywhere. I have some Nazgul to defend Pelagia if he tries to take it back, and I can focus on Lorien to cycle Balrog and Devilry. Yeah, like this. Flux. Rage. So, I mean, King is revealed, will go 100%. I want to keep another Swarm of Bats. And with that army in Lorien, I have cards to cycle. But yeah, what does Rage do for me? Like this then. So yeah, if he hadn't declared in Topelagear, he could have made Mortal last turn. But on effective 8 corruption. But I had nothing to hit him. Oh, he's declaring in Larcenage. So that's 3 steps from Minas Morgul. So it's an extra detour of 1. Wow, that's not what I wanted to see. No extra eyes. And he gets a bunch of moves. So he might be able to make Mortar now. Hmm. But moving 3 times, even against just 1 eye, when I have rerolls, is a little risky. And I might even consider giving him a ring. So I have a second eye. Like, I really don't want him to make Mortar this turn. He gets 3 safe moves here. I mean, it's still very unlikely to matter much. But oh, interesting. So he gives me a chance to get rerolls. And an extra eye before moving. So is it worth using a ring on a muster to get a second eye? Was that overkill? And I stopped him from moving 3 times just by adding rerolls. But I mean, with this, yeah, I think I'll do it. Yeah, I think this is the correct play. Like, yeah, he can try to take on that Pelagia army with his Lame Dawn army, but that Lame Dawn army is not even particularly strong. And like I said, I have time. I don't need to win anytime soon as long as corruption is at crippling height. One thing is he can't even sortie out of Minas Tirith because he doesn't have any leadership there. So, oh, but I did use. Well, yeah, let's go Lorien. Cycle the Balrog. Oh, and I can play yeah, I can play Phlox actually. I didn't even think about that. Should have done that. Ah, too late. Nothing, doesn't matter. Balrog's biggest job was to draw me an extra card. Funny game though. I really get all my hits on the hunt and almost none in combat. Well, that's not quite true, but feels that way. And usually that would be bad, but since corruption is this bad for the free people, definitely great for me. Okay, so play Phlox, use Little Zai to cycle, or Devilry of Loathing, maybe. But I guess he could get rid of Flux of Crebain by declaring into Minas Tirith. If he does do that, then I'm back to needing to retake. Yeah, actually, wow, that's interesting. If he moves just once and he's safe, he can declare back into Minas Tirith. And then he's at effective 6 corruption, still needing 3 steps. But what if he's revealed again? Unlikely, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got saved then. Wow. So is it better to play... No. I think we're reaching a point where it's no longer good for me to draw tiles, so I want to play Mortal Wound. And not breaking of the Fellowship, and instead use breaking for when he's down to Golem. Because I don't want him to reshuffle the hunt pool. I mean, I don't really see how he survives these 4 tiles without dying to corruption, but if he did, and all these standard tiles go back into the pool, then suddenly he has a shot at winning the game again. And I guess, yeah, the way to do it is to high roll with Arthalas and get a healing for 3. I mean, long odds, but possible. Yeah. I mean, at this point, it honestly feels like one game. 3 people, what can you even do now? And yeah, you can't realistically move again here. 2-2 at 5 is just not very likely to go well. I guess, yeah, draw a character card and then with the character die, I hope to play one. Unless you already have, yeah, even if you have a playable card already you want to draw, you need Arthalas, you need Bilbo Song, there is another way. Muster up more Mordor to reinforce the siege in Minas Tirith. Like, I don't feel super bad if he breaks free from there, but I'd rather not. Yeah, he does have Atlas. And he gets the average result. And I get Nazgul Strike. Right. Still didn't find crew weather though. And there's only a single tile that actually reveals left in the pool. So cruel weather is a very likely stall. I can find it. Alright. Yeah, that's a little overkill. That might prompt him to not even move the Fellowship at all. And this is honestly not a bad roll for him. I mean, he really needs to draw more cards. Find those blue tiles to have any hopes. But I mean, he's seriously at risk of losing the game before even getting onto the Mordor track. And if he finds enough blue tiles, then possible to win, I guess. He defies all odds. Hmm. So I want these guys over so I can reinforce Minas Tirith. I don't really have a clear idea what else to do, so look at that. That's never wrong. Putting pressure on the dwarves. So yeah, this is a weird situation where I really, if I find Crowweather, do not want to play it until he is like a north or south affiliate. Because he might be considering to just hit Minas Tirith again for the healing. So Crowweather might not even do anything if I play it too early. But if I force him from making it to Mordor to instead declare in Minas Tirith, that's still super worth it for me. Alright. Lorien and cycle dreadful spells. Maybe it's correct to cycle Words of Power, but I might need that to protect myself against the Hobbit. Oh, that's a lot of hits. Very lucky roll. So I take everything back about rolling hits on Hunt only. I just roll all hits, it seems. Yeah, +4 and 6s, -4 and 5s. Back, okay. Not an issue. I can take down the Isengard elite regular because I already got rid of all the devilries. One is Sorrentol. Well, it's a great card, but not anymore for this situation. Lorien again, and cycle one of Sorrentol. Okay, in this case, I wait what he's doing. Okay, downgrade. Then I stop and draw. Excellent. one thing I need to be wary of is that if I happen to get rid of every character card, then Power to Grade might become unstoppable. But it's not going to be an issue if I take Lorien before that situation arises, because it doesn't protect Woodland Realm, and I don't see a way currently that I'll ever look for Rivendell. I need to use my muster first, so that I can decide between playing Ringer's Mine, Nazgul Strike, or if he moves and is revealed, breaking. And I will certainly use Flux if he moves. Okay, so where do I muster? I guess there's some chance that Lorien needs reinforcement. Yeah, and if I have extra survivors, they might pressure Rohan. Okay, yeah, definitely using Flux. So 4-2 at 5, that's wow. 3 hits for 3. And yeah, if he does not reveal, I also get to play Nazgul Strike. If he chooses to reveal Golem, then I can play Breaking. So whatever he does, it's gonna be painful. And actually, if he does not reveal, he might just be dead to Nazgul Strike. Depending on what I roll. If I hit, so he does not reveal, then Nazgul Strike can kill him. So 4-2 at 5 again, that's 1 hit, 2 hits. So yeah, everything kill. Okay. That's game. And he dies before even making WotR. Yeah, that's yeah. Because the eye would have killed him. It would only be 2, but he can't use Golem to reveal and reduce damage. So only the 2 would have saved him. Well, yeah, that was a very one-sided game. Because of that early hit with a 6 against only 1 eye. I can show you the statistics. Not a game where they really matter too much, other than that I rolled a lot of 6s when I needed them on the hunt. Here we go anyways. So yeah, I was plus on 6s, mainly on the hunt where they mattered the most in a game like this. I was plus on musters, which slowed me down early, but wasn't a big deal since it was a very slow game later on. And yeah, he rolled a bunch of movement, which is usually good, but not when corruption is killing you. Alright, so that's it. Yeah, not the most interesting game maybe because I got super lucky this game, but I hope you enjoyed it nevertheless. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day and goodbye.